So there I was, summoned into the world of the role-playing Gank Squad for a second time in a row, just immediately. I figured I'd have a seat and let these guys get ready. You see, before, not to go all Tarantino on you or whatever, when I had invaded, I gave these guys a minute to get dressed. One was Artorias, one was a Drakeblood Knight, and the other was Holy Knight Hodrick. I was particularly proud of this. To be fair, this was actually a pretty fun invasion, and no disrespect or anything towards these gankers. It felt like they were at least going out of their way to make the gank interesting, all role-playing and staying true to their characters. GG Artorias. Thanks, Farmer. I'll skip ahead here, because it turns into a lot of this. So you can imagine how this ends. But this is nothing new. Not really anything worth documenting, really. Another roleplay character invasion, ganking hosts at Enerlando. But this time it was different. So back to the present, or what was then the present, but is now the past. As is everything, as decay slowly takes over and entropy eats away at the world. So why, then, is this worth documenting? It's because today I saw something I had never seen in Dark Souls 3 ever before. I've talked mad shit, a whole lot of shit, about a very specific group of people in Dark Souls 3, especially when it comes to, actually only when it comes to invasions. That group, of course, being spellcasters. Nif, the German, Nif, the drummer boy, Nif, the dirty German kid, has a saying. German trash kid, is that what it is? Something like that. Anyway. If the invader's on your team, and he's a sorcerer, he's a liability, because he's probably going to hit you with his spells, as well as the fact that you need to try and keep him alive because he's your teammate. If he's on the enemy side, he's still a liability, because if he's spec'd his stats outright, some of his spells can probably come very close to one-shotting you, if not just one-shotting you. And Nif, in this particular occasion, as in many occasions, is probably right. I myself mirrored a very similar sentiment on numerous occasions. I am not a big, huge fan of spellcasters in Dark Souls 3. Dark Spirit Ludwig has invaded. Today that changed. Not altogether. Not entirely. I'm not ready to rewrite the history books just yet. But I will say that today I learned a very important lesson. Have you ever seen that M&M's commercial they air during Christmas? Where Santa Claus is very surprised to discover that the M&Ms do in fact exist? And so too are the M&Ms surprised to learn that Santa Claus does exist. They do exist. Let's first appreciate that Ludwig stands back and doesn't spam spells at the person I'm trying to hit. When I see Ludwig has a situation under control, I go back to the other person. When his person comes to me, I do what damage I can and get out. I try and keep people off of Ludwig. And Ludwig tries to keep 2 people off of me. Now, as you can tell, I've not played particularly well in this invasion, and I have 0 Estus Flasks. We're in a bad situation, and we're making a retreat. And what does Ludwig do? He turns around, and he casts Snap Freeze on the door, giving us a valuable second to get away from the Gank squad. Foolishly, I've been wearing the Hornet Ring and not the Wolf Ring. And what does Ludwig do here? He gives us a Divine Blessing. What an absolute fucking champion. Very good, Ludwig. This time I remember to actually put on the Wolf Ring. Here, we get lucky. We find one of the Phantoms out on his own, trying to kill the Deacons. And now that I've got the Wolf Ring on, I've got more than enough poise to tank a hit from a Halberd or a Glaive and keep swinging. And Aldrich Faithful rushes in to join us. Now, watch this magnificent fucking teamwork. He's killed the Aldrich Faithful. Crossbow, roll catch, and then the fucking wizard with the kill, with the assist. I give a proper bow, a very respectful bow, to our fallen Aldrich Faithful. Rip Dark Spirit, that was his name. You will not be forgotten. The invasion continues. But now I've got 2 Estus Flasks. So well played to this ganker. He stuck with it. He decided to come back as Sister Freed, which is pretty cool. Swap into the Black Knight Greatsword over the Bastard Sword. I need that sweet, sweet range that only the Black Knight can provide me. None of that here, Freed. I've got 1 Perseverance left. And there it went. I didn't realize I was out there. Ludwig, like a fucking champion, has killed Freed. I have 1 Estus Flask left. 616 damage. This is now your workplace orientation video on harassment. The last time somebody took this many projectiles from this many men, it was a video on Brazzers. We've got our Perseverance back at least. Look at Ludwig, only casting spells that make sense to cast. Yeah, he hit me once. But out of this entire invasion, he's hit me 1 time. And the host is out of Estus. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. I too am out of Estus, and the host makes a radical decision. GG, Ludwig. GG, Gankers. It's been fun. I hope you won, Ludwig. JK. Good game all around. Good Wizards, people. They're out there.